سمع الله لمن حمده الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر السلام عليكم ورحمة الله السلام عليكم ورحمة الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين وبعد. Truthfulness and trustworthiness is something that we all ought to have in our lives. We should be truthful in our speech, and we should be truthful and trustworthy in our actions. That's why when we think about the description of the Prophet ﷺ, As-Sadiq al-Amin, Sadiq, Sidq, refers to truthful speech, and Amin refers to truthful dealings. And that's beautiful because in one verse, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us, لِمَ تَقُولُونَ مَا لَا تَفْعَلُونَ. One of the worst qualities that we can have is our actions say one thing, our words say one thing, and our actions do something different. So we're telling people, do this, do that, don't do this, don't do that. But myself, I'm not even making an effort to improve myself. That's amana, trustworthiness. That when I speak to someone, my actions reflect that as well. You know, subhanAllah, sometimes you'll have some households where a parent will be telling the child, you have to do X, Y, and Z, but the parent himself or herself is not punctual with those actions. The parent, the father is saying, hey, go to the masjid, but the father himself hasn't gone in a long time. The mother is saying to the daughter, make sure you dress appropriately, but she herself doesn't dress appropriately. One of the qualities of amana, trustworthiness, is that what I say and what I do are merged together and there are no discrepancy between the two. When the Prophet ﷺ was truthful and he was trustworthy, that's what it meant. The reason why both are important is because when you're speaking to somebody, it's very easy to get the truth out of them. But when that person's away, is his or her actions corresponding to what they say? That's a true sign of a believer. We mentioned before, the Prophet ﷺ says, "La imana liman la amanata lah." That if I'm praying salah, I'm going for hajj, I'm giving zakah, I'm reading Quran, I'm reading my adhkar, I'm doing all of the beautiful actions, but I'm not a trustworthy person, then my iman is not complete. You know how sometimes, subhanallah, you'll hear people saying, you know, this person, he comes to the masjid, mashallah, he's dressed well, mashallah, apparently he has all of the libas of sunnah. This person, he's praying Quran, everything. But when I do my business dealings with this person, it's as though he's somebody completely different. We've heard many stories like that. No one in particular, but just in general, you'll hear people who, mashallah, when it comes down to their ibadah, everything is great. But when it comes down to their dealings, their trustworthiness, their promises, they're very short. And we say, oh, look how religious he is, but his worldly behaviors are not good. No. Your worldly behaviors are part of your religion. So I can't say, oh, he's so religious, but his business dealings are bad. No, it means his religious activities also have some weakness because his business dealings aren't good. Because his promises are never fulfilled. Because he's never speaking the truth. So let's remember this. If we want our iman to be complete, we also need amana and trustworthiness in our lives. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us trustworthy. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us to fulfill our promises. And may He allow us to say what is right and act accordingly as well. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen.